You already know we right here at work decided to hop on, chop it up with individuals. It was the talk of the town. It's going down. The word on the curve. You heard me. Let me just set this up right here. All right. Here in Southern California, it is a nice, sunny, hot day, bro. It's hot, actually. But clear sky, sunny day, bro. Whoopsie. Now, stay tuned, because in about an hour or two, right, I should have a new battle rap reaction coming out on my other channel. Right now, it's in the processing phase. So that is coming with... This one's going to be a little bit different of a battle rap reaction. It's going to have a bonus extent to it, right? So it's going to be a tag team match, pretty much. So, you know, we got that. Yes, sir. What's cracking like in Jose? So the homie Sal is definitely up in the building for the brocheros. Eso es todo, carnal. The homie Angel, ready for Friday. Serio. He ain't got no job. Ain't got shit to do. So we'll get fucked up. Como dice el güey. Like, how you get fired on your day off? They got me on camera stealing boxes. Boxes? Gotta do build a clubhouse. Payday? You already know. Yay. You eating In-N-Out anytime soon? You know what? I ate In-N-Out about like 4 days ago. That shit was bomb too. Everything was like fresh that day. Normally, you know, those pinches French fries suck, you know, they're whack. But this time they were actually fucking al tiro. And of course, we got the Manimal style, bro. You already know. Got the double, no 4x4. I feel like that's too much meat already. Overpowers everything else. But that shit was bomb. The only thing is the fucking lines are like up the ass, though, bro. You gotta be fucking waiting, bro. That's one thing. All In-N-Outs are always fucking packed up. I've never gone to In-N-Out and there'd be no line. Mandatory, like a 30-minute wait for sure, just to order. Nah, it's like a 20-minute wait just to order. But it still is a long ass time, though. You know, just getting the food, you probably gonna fucking lag it like 40 minutes. Like, vergas. Like, ain't that some shit? That's only when I'm really in the mood for it, because if I see a long ass line, I'm dipping. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go somewhere. I might as well go to Jack in the Crack. And we skirt. Mr. Pasa's definitely up in the casa. What's good with you, carnal? Hi, hello there. Hey, bro, what's good? Do you believe in God? I believe in science. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in God, right? But I don't take away. I don't take it away from nobody that does, right? Like, more power to you guys. You know, I say my respects. It's just, you know, I'm just different. You know, not to say, you know, I'm a bad person or a negative person, right? It's just I'm more of a science and facts type of individual, right? Evolution and stuff like that. But like I said, you know, I give everybody their respects, whatever religion they are. You know, I give them my respects. In-N-Out is the Krusty Krab of California. Serio? So fucking, what would be the little green guy? The little fucking, what is he? Is he like a flea or what the fuck is it? Is it an alien? The fool with the one eye, the fucking alien, no? He's an alien, no? Well, whatever his fucking name is, right? Doesn't he have a restaurant, right? That would be that. What would be that of of here? The fuck was that fucker's name, man? Now that's just bugging me. I fucking can't even think about it. Better to go to the store and eat in the line. Yeah, that's true. No, but that's the thing though. Like, this shit have no parking either. Like, damn, bro, ain't even no parking. Fucking A. I'm impatient when it comes to food. No, I mean, in general, I have no patience whatsoever. I don't like waiting. You know, I definitely don't like waiting. If I say like, man, I'm only gonna wait for like 10 minutes. If you don't come back in 10 minutes, I'm dipping. And that's just the way it is. Like if we agree on a time, then that's the time, right? Then now when I'm just like waiting at nah, we ain't gonna be doing all that. Like if you're gonna take an hour, tell me you're gonna take an hour. Don't tell me you're gonna take 20 if you're gonna take an hour. Because then we just dipping. And that's just it. Latino, Mexican, American, Mexican American. You believe in false? Like who? What do you mean? McDonald's is the chum bucket of kind of. There you go, the chum bucket. There you go. That's the name, the fucking chum bucket. So the fucker's chum, no? That's the name of that fucker, chum. There you go. That's the shit, I know. Pinche vato chum. Oh, plankton. I said chum. I think chum goes with him better than plankton, no? Plankton? Should be chum better, no? Hello from Russia. Shout out to Russia. I said his name was Chum. I said it all confident, huh? Like all legit. Nah, I legitly thought that was his name and shit. Well, that fucker. Is the rivals of Mr. Krabs. Serio. No, I remember my youngest son, he used to love SpongeBob. So, we had SpongeBob on repeat all the time. That and Despicable Me part 1, 2, 1? No, 1. Or was it 2? I don't know, but that shit were always the only 2 things he wanted to watch. He's like, again. I'm like, again, we just finished it. But then I would put it on again. Fuck it. I already had that shit like memorized and shit. I used to dream of that motherfucker already. Because I don't like it. Like if it's like, the kids are in one room watching TV and the parents in a different room watching TV. Like, why can't you guys watch TV together? Like, spend some bonding time. I understand. I'd rather be watching some fucking wild police videos or some fucking, Terminator or some shit like that, right? But, I'll sacrifice what I want to view for my kids. That way we're just spending time and bonding. You know what I mean? But I know that there's other people that just prefer to, do them, It's like, well, why don't you guys watch TV in the same room together? Like, nah, because I don't want to watch that shit. Like, bro, spend some bonding time with the damn kids, bro. You guys are in the same household, but it's like if you guys are in 2 different worlds. You know what I mean? Seriously. It's like no communication just for dinner, and that's it. And maybe occasionally a word here or there. That's horrible. In my personal opinion, Like, hey, as a parent, as the adult, you gotta make the sacrifices, my boy. You know what I mean? No one said you gotta watch SpongeBob all day with them, right? But at least, spend some time. I understand the show is fucking, it's dumb, but they like it, so fuck it, just roll with it. I guess you're Latino. Me too. Cuban. Oh yeah, I don't care. However people want to see me, Latino or Hispanic or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? It's all to the gravy. I'm not one of those that's like, no, I refuse to be called that. I refer to be called as I want to be called Latino X. Cali Max. I don't dwell on stuff like that. I know there's other people that get all offended and and worked up. And it's like, bro, relax. It's just a word. Chill, my guy, chill. Does anyone know anything about Diddy's trial? Yes, he's getting charged for sex trafficking, and one of his lawyers has already, dipped. Right? He no longer wanted to represent Mr. Combs, right? So that can't be good. He gave personal reasons of why he couldn't write. From what I have read, right, I think he, because of his morals or his views or something like that, he didn't feel no longer comfortable be representing Mr. Combs, right? So, but that was just one of his like 6 lawyers though, so he still has like 5 other lawyers. So it's not like he had no lawyer, right? It's just that one of them no longer, And when a lawyer decides to, he doesn't want to no longer represent his client. He has to go. The judge has to actually approve it, right? He has to give actually a valid reason, and if the judge, feels like it's a valid reason, then he allows it, you know. And apparently his reason was good enough, and it was allowed. So that's not good. When your lawyer doesn't no longer wants to represent you, then that's not. I don't know what he told him that he no longer felt comfortable representing him, but I mean that ain't good. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely not good. You look like Denzel Washington from Training Day. Oh, stop! It's the light. It's the lighting. So I did my hair today. Like in fucking what's that name? What's that movie with the Wayne's brothers where they're white chicks? Is it white chicks or is it hot chicks? White chicks or hot chicks? It's one of those two, right? The name of the movie where they dress like these two white broads or whatever. And there's a overweight police officer right there, and she's like, "Has anyone told you you look like Denzel?" And he's like, "I have heard that once or twice before." She's like, "What a beautiful chocolate man." I'm just like, fucking hey. That fool said he heard that shit once or twice. Like, my boy, ain't nobody ever confused you for no Denzel, fool. I think it was a fucking cop from what's the name of that fucker's name? Um, the fool with the glasses and the suspenders. Forgot that fucker's name. Steve Urkel. There you go, from the Steve Urkel show. I think that's the fool, the cop. That fool said he got told that once or twice before. That fool looked like Denzel. No Hector, free. Freak Meek Mills. Meek Mills is locked up. Hi, do you know how to dispose of chicken? Give them to the dogs. What the dog do? My love bug is definitely up in the building. Love you, baby. Uncle Santa is. So you're my favorite gay YouTuber. Oh, gracias, but I'm not gay though. What do you think about people who let their bad experiences with certain perspectives and beliefs? All women are evil and want to break. Yeah, that's. I mean, obviously, if somebody's always degrading women and speaking negative about them, then clearly it's an individual who's been hurt or has some type of bad experience, right? And so the fact that they come with this attitude, right, already shows that they're emotional, right? Even though they would like to paint them all the same, right? The fact that you think that they're all the same without actually no facts whatsoever, right? Even though some women are shady, shisty, and shit like that, right? You don't know all the women in the world, and all the women in the world are not like that. So the fact that you're trying to pass that off as facts when you don't have the facts, right, is stupid in itself, right? Um, you know, it's just people don't know how to handle their emotions, bro. A lot of people have a lot of problems dealing with their emotions, right? So there's individuals out there that tend to blow a lot of things out of proportion. Like if you display these type of behaviors, negative behaviors, or this player pimp mentality, right? But then you wonder why you can't find a woman who's righteous. It's like, well, I mean, well, look at your track record and your behavior, bro. You receive what you put out, bro. Yo, fam, what's good? Would you rather watch a tree grow or watch a you thought you had me, huh? Thoughts on the Oklahoma situation going on right now? The Green Bridge and are fighting. Are they? I didn't. I haven't even read up on that. Trump, our hero, our savior. He's the Avenger. It's not gonna work, ladies and gentlemen. But nice try though. Did he? Did he do it? Is the real question. The only case that the only case they have that video where he beat up. Well, no. Well, supposedly, during the search, during the warrants, right? Whatever they um, confiscated, right? Apparently was enough evidence for them individuals to feel confident enough to move forward with the trial, right? Like they found a bunch of stuff in the computers and laptops and shit like that, like evidence, right? Like I said, when the feds come for you, bro, and they're building up a case on you, bro, um, they don't come like if they truly don't have like no concrete shit, then once they come for you, if they're coming for you like this, bro, it's because they have enough evidence. Well, at least they feel strong enough that they have enough evidence that is the reason why they snatch you up like this, right? It's not just like they're not gonna snatch you up just going based off of rumors or he said, she said. You know what I mean? That's why their convicted rate is high, bro. It's almost at 100. You know what I mean? They are not playing. Um, Free Didi. Well, I mean, if he's a weirdo, keep his ass in there. But if he's innocent, then yeah, let him loose. But not if he's weird, then no, 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 no. Oh dear, dear Trump, we bow our heads to you, Almighty One. Uh, thank you, thank you. You're too much. You're too much. But keep on bowing, keep on bowing. I do deserve it. I have done a lot, a lot. Just ask anybody. Ask all my teams. Everyone's talking about it. Everywhere you look, people are saying how great I am. Just ask. Look, everywhere. I'm the best. They say. I don't know. That's what they tell me. That's what I hear and I read up. They say I'm the best. So, I'm just going based off of what people say. And how handsome I am. I'm in the best shape right now. I'm just saying. Like yes, Trump. Like the fact that he strokes his own ego and people can't see it is crazy. Like what? Do you not see him rambling on? This guy stole my cocaine at the border. I'm gonna need that back. Nah, my boy, it wasn't even good. It was cut with Tide. If anything, you need to get your refund back. Nah, just chilling before. That's right. He said this guy sprinkled my fentanyl weed instead of the other way around. I have to look up into the Oklahoma situation though, because I'm not aware of it right now. Captain Save-A-Ho hates players. What do you mean? No, like if that's the way that the individual wants to live, like being a player, then that's the way he lives. Then that's the way he wants to live, right? But I'm saying, but then at the same time, he doesn't get to complain and bash women on why they're not loyal to him when he's not loyal himself. You know what I mean? Man, this parties with Didi. Hey, keep it on the down low. What down low, huh? Everybody knows already. Fuck it. Imagine looking at Diddy's face. Why would I want to imagine that? Dancing and shit. YG did a White Ghost parody. Never came out. Did they? Like a movie or a song? He sprinkled crack on my meth. It wasn't on your meth. Stop lying, bro. It was on your heroin. Tell the truth, bro. And don't act like you didn't like it, bro. You told me that shit was good. Uh, do that shit. Do that shit. Do it. Oh, what's crying like a dashboard? What's good with you, carnal? I was out here shopping. Oh, serio? That's from my boy. Uh, you're my favorite anti-Trump. I wouldn't say I'm anti-Trump either, right? I'm just like when he does good shit. Like if he was to do something good right now, I would acknowledge it. Like, hey, that fool, hey, that fool may be a fucking idiot, but hey, he got down right here. This fool, this shit's good right here. This is good plan, good plan. You know what I mean? Like I'll give him his. I'm not one of those people that just like refuses to give somebody their flowers if they do something good, because that's petty to me, bro. Like, hey, no one's saying that you have to invite that fool over for dinner and fucking now you guys are besties, right? But if they do something good, acknowledge it, bro. Don't be a fucking hater. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you gotta like that fool, but acknowledge when they do something good. Like, hey, you know what? Fuck that fool, but he did that right there. Yeah, that was good. That was good. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be a hater either. You feel me? Like, with me, like, then when I give my opinion, people think that I take sides or I belong to the left or to the right. When in all true reality, bro, I just agree on what's right and what I think is good, right? Regardless of which side is coming from. To me, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, right? I don't belong to no political party either way. I could care less. If it's good for the people, then it's good for the people. You know what I mean? And if it's a bad idea, I'm gonna voice that despite on who's giving it, whether it's the left, Biden, Kamala, Trump, fucking his fucking son-in-law, his Ivanka. I don't give a fuck. If they wrong, they wrong. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? Because like I said, Trump doesn't even, because people be like, oh, it's because you're Mexican, cause like, nah. Because I know that he really doesn't hate Mexicans, bro. Trump only cares about himself and he only worries about himself. He don't care about whites, blacks, Asians, Americans, anybody. He don't care about nobody but himself. So, he dislikes everybody equally, bro. If it's not about him, he ain't fucking with it. He ain't gonna be mingling with no poor people, even if they are white. You know what I'm saying? He does whatever's best for him, and that's it. Not even his kids, So I know he treats all these individuals the same, right? But he puts up the facade because he knows it's what gets him the W. He knows how to play the game. That was it, bro. Loves Trump. It was my uncle. It was my uncle. Hello from Ireland. Shout out to Ireland. That was that ice is behind you. Like a glacier? No, yeah. If he did do it, then he's gonna get best. If he didn't do it, then he didn't do it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna come on here and pretend like I know that he did it for a fact. Like I don't fucking know what he did. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, I personally don't even give a fuck either way. But don't mean nothing to me. I could understand maybe if I was a fan of his or some shit like that. Maybe not even then. Like my favorite rapper is Ice Cube, but if he gets busted, I don't give a fuck. It's just an artist, bro. And it's crazy how people are, out here really be dying for some of these individuals, right? Like they fight to the death for these people. Like if they know them like that, like bro, you don't know that motherfucker. He may be my favorite rapper, but I'm not gonna pretend like I know his life and what he does. When the doors are closed, to be like, he would never do that. Ice Cube would never do that. Like what? When I hear individuals like that, I'm just like, damn, look at this fool acting like he knows this fool. That shit is crazy. Why? Because you heard his albums? Because you watch his movies? You fucking think you know that fool? People are fucking delusional, bro. This shit is crazy. He would never do that. Like, damn, I didn't know you guys grew up together, bro. I didn't know you guys barbecued and all that. Yeah, you know what? In the conflict between India and Pakistan and everything, anytime any country is potentially going to war or attacks each other, everybody on the planet should be concerned because everybody is in bed with everybody. Meaning, if somebody attacks somebody else's country, then 9 times out of 10 other countries are going to get involved. because that's just the way it is nowadays. Everybody's in cahoots with each other, right? So then, if one country attacks another country, right, and they had this partnership where it's like, hey, bro, remember we signed that partnership where, like, if anybody attacked us, you would come and back our plate up? Well, we're calling in that favor now. You know what I mean? And then these fools see this other country coming, and then they're like, hey. Then they call their backup, like, hey, remember you said you were going to back me up? Hey, Kyle, these fools are rolling up. And then, everybody goes to war. That's when people be like, well, I don't give a fuck, bro. It's not happening here in America, so I can care less. Like, no, bro, you should be concerned, homie, because it's going to drag everybody in, bro. That's just the way shit is conducted now, bro. When these countries, do partnerships together, they add that shit into the partnership, bro. So, you're bound by your contract, so you got to get involved. So that's not good in general, right? That's why do you think, everybody was trying to smash the beef between Russia and Ukraine? They know how dangerous that shit could get, bro. You know what I mean? They're going to start pulling in everybody in. I mean, the fact that Russia wants to take over Ukraine should be already concerning as it is, bro. You know what I mean? Trying to take over another country should be alarming in these times that anybody tries to do that. Because it's just showing that these fools want to expand. So what's stopping them from now, taking over other countries and other, you know what I mean? I mean, clearly that's what they're doing. If not, then why the fuck did they do it? So you should be concerned. You know what I mean? It's only a matter of time it starts knocking in front of your door. And that's just the facts of things. And the fact that they can do it and no one can, you know what I mean? When people be like, well, that's not our issue. No, it's your issue. It's going to become your issue, bro. Trust me. That's just how it works. And there's a lot of countries that dislike America, bro. A lot. Like, oh, but we're powerful enough. Like, yeah, but there's a lot of people that don't like America, bro. And if enough people group up, it could be a problem. Almost everybody in the Middle East don't like us. You know what I mean? And almost everyone in South America don't like us either. It's not good. Then you have China, then you have, Russia también. Starts to get, a little, Betty bought me bottles of baby oil. Serio, enough to fill up a fucking swimming pool? He said no one's free until 33. Saca la bolsita, la tuya primero. Now, gee, I was baking soda. Oh. Damn, it was fucking Aunt Jemima? No wonder I wanted some syrup after. Would you like to sign? Free Diddy. Let me have oh, no. Petition, no. Gotta know the facts first. Yeah, I said, yeah, I'll sign it. Fucking, now you gotta put that petition started in my channel. Gotta get some of the cut, too. It should be the president of YouTube. The president or not, I wouldn't make a good president in anything. The best relationship of the century. They were in a relationship? How old was when she was with Jesus? How old was Mary when she was pregnant with Jesus? Yeah, I know. Not only that, but I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna get I don't want to come off as like I'm being a hater. It's just that nowadays, if there's a woman, right, and she's in an apartment with a man, right, it's just the man and the woman in the apartment, and if she just now comes out and says she's pregnant, right, but she didn't have no intercourse with that guy, nobody would fucking believe her, bro. Nobody would believe that story, bro. Not a fucking person on this planet would believe that story, bro. Everybody be like, yeah, this fool banged her. This fool, yeah, they fucked. Period. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And if people be like, well, how does everyone know so much about God and what they write in this Bible and everything like that? Like, oh, it's because they had some visions and they talk to them. But if anybody nowadays were to say the same shit that they talk to God, and he's told them to say this and that, everybody would say this fool's fucking crazy and don't believe him and he's full of shit. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Just going based off of human behavior and how humans are, right? Throughout history, even though it's been, a long time in history, patterns of human behavior have always existed and have never changed. They have been the same. People that are narcissistic, that are devious, that are fucking connivers, con men, liars, righteous. Just as much as there's been like bad people like Mao and Stalin and Saddam and Hitler. There's been good people like Martin Luther King and Jesus and Cesar Chavez and Rosa Parks. You know what I mean? But behaviors like this, have always existed in this planet, bro, since humanity's been here. So it doesn't take a fucking genius to see, potentially maybe, if you look at it from that perspective, maybe there was a little bit more to the story, right? But if you question anything like that, right, or if you dare to ask any of these questions, you're seen as a fucking hater, a sinner, or a devil, or a bad person, or how dare you? These are valid questions, though. These are fucking valid questions, bro. I'm not doing it to be an asshole or jerk or to debunk or disprove I genuinely, you know what I mean? Like, well, can it potentially not be this or this happen or that happen? You know what I mean? Like, no, how dare you question it? Like, yeah. But if I was to come and say the same thing, you would be like, that I'm fucking crazy, right? But I guess, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And that's not to like promote, negativity or any dumb shit like that. But I mean, it's just valid questions, though. But I get it, though. It's better to see the world believing in, paradise and, that immortality and being with your loved ones. Yeah, I can see why people would rather strive for that than, potentially nothing after this. It's a grim reality, right? So I can see why people would rather see it from the other perspective than knocking them. But then at the same time, for me being called crazy just for, asking valid questions is insane. Or to be seen as negative, like, what? Who's saying anything about negativity or anything like that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, my next break is over. We got to get back to it. It was a topic. We out.